They want us to find all of the zeros of this polynomial function, and we see that it has a degree of 3, the highest exponent, so we're looking for 3 zeros. And they have some recommendations here. They're recommending us to use the rational zero theorem, right? That's the p's over the q's. They were recommending Descartes' rule of signs, and I didn't even show you Descartes' rule of signs, so don't worry about that. And a graphing utility as an aid to obtaining the first zero. Well, guess what? This is going to be only a graphing utility, and I want you to go online and I want you to look up Desmos Graphing Calculator. And when you get there, you are going to type in your polynomial right here. Okay, you don't need to put the y equals or the f of x equals. You could see I just put x to the third minus 3x squared minus 33x plus 5. And when you do that, it's going to show you your graph. Now, I also changed the settings here so that I could actually see the relative maximum and the relative minimum. Otherwise, it would have been way off of the graph. So you don't need to see that. But what you do need to see is your zeros. So if I look at the graph right now, I can find all 3 of my zeros. Here's one of them right here, and that is -5. That's where this graph crosses the x-axis. It has a y of 0 at -5. Here's the next one at 1. And the next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right here at 7. Okay, so I don't have to do any more work. I can find those zeros. They clearly cross right through those points of -5, 1, and 7. Now this graph is going to be very helpful for all of your polynomial functions, but you can't rely on it for all of them. For example, what would happen if this graph, instead of running right through that -5, what if it ran right here? Well, you have a 0, but is that -5.5? Is it -5.6? You can't tell. So this is oftentimes very useful for finding one of your zeros, and then you can actually use synthetic division and factor to find your other zeros. But for this problem, all I want you to do is be able to go to the Desmos Graphing Calculator, type in your polynomial, make sure that once you put an exponent up here that you push to the right to get back down to earth so that you're not typing in the exponent, and you can just look at your graph and you can answer this question.